to what's new, we want to acknowledge that we are missing a very good buddy.
For sure.
It's for sure. Jean Henson, we have lost her, and we really are saddened by it. And we want you to know that she was quite a gal. But we have ours to take over when we have some lovely guests. So,
Okay.
let ours take over.
Yes, Jean was a very special person, and we're sure going to miss her. And so now we're looking for a replacement, which is going to be a chore. We've lost Mary Ann, and now we lost
Oh,
Jean.
no.
So we lost two of them already, so.
And she
And
wasn't.
Mary Ann and I keep a hanging on.
That's right.
Good for you.
We keep hanging in there.
There you go. We're counting on you now.
Well, hopefully it's for a few more years.
Hope so.
Okay, tonight we have Shirley Moore and Randy
Ruzika.
Rosika.
There you go.
And so I don't know which of you want to talk first, but
Well, I would say ladies first.
I'll
If
go
you're up
first.
for it,
Yeah,
go right ahead.
Fine.
okay. Sure. Just tell a little bit about yourself, who you represent and
Okay.
so forth, and we'll question you if we need to.
Okay. Well, my name is Shirley Moore. I am the director of the Center for Life. And many of you may be familiar with us through the two pregnancy centers that we operate, Options for Women. We have one in St. Genevieve and one in Perryville. And we provide a number of services. Our number one service is helping women who have unplanned pregnancies. That's our main goal. We want to encourage that young woman to move towards choosing life for her baby. And so we offer her free pregnancy test, a free ultrasound to determine how far along she is, and options coaching, where we talk about all of her options and make sure that she has the right information, because many young women don't know very much about their options. And we also help that young woman who chooses to parent. We help with things like diapers and baby supplies. And we also offer classes, which are free to anyone in the community, including men. Sometimes with our name, Options for Women, sometimes people think even our classes are only open to women, but that's not the case. Men can take our classes too. And we offer classes on just a wide variety of topics: parenting, healthy relationships, anger management, financing and budgeting, just a wide variety of topics.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And you have babysitting for the mother.
We do. During our classes, if she requests childcare at least 24 hours in advance, we'll have someone there to watch her kids, because that was something we found that was keeping women from attending the class. You know, they might not have anyone to watch their child, and so we started offering childcare during the classes as well.
So how long have you been, and you want to talk about all that?
Absolutely. Options for Women has been around since 2012. We were founded, the idea first originated with Pastor Joe Mancuso of Hope Church, and he just gathered some other like-minded people together, and they decided what they would like to do is operate a pregnancy center right here in St. Genevieve. And so they opened it in 2012. I came along in 2016, and in 2017 we opened our location in Perryville, because one of the things we noticed is women from Perry County were driving to our location in St. Genevieve, so we realized there is a need also in Perry County, and so we now have a location there as well.
Do you get people from North County too, or
North of here? Yeah, we do. We get some folks who come from Illinois, some who come from the Festus area. We have people who come over from St. Francis County. Even though there's a pregnancy center there, there are some young women who don't want to go into a pregnancy center in their own town.
Right.
Because maybe a friend of my mom's volunteers there or something. Yes. So they feel more comfortable going outside of their county to another county for services.
Where do you hold these classes at?
They are there at our center. Our center in St. Genevieve is at 615 Kiefer Street. And in Perryville, we're at 1019 North Kings Highway. That's a fairly new location for us. We moved there this year. We're right across from the Dollar General store, so excellent location.
It is.
Yeah.
That's a nice house too. Yeah.
It's very nice. It was a residential house when we bought it, and it was a solid house, but it was dated. And so we have renovated it into a pregnancy care center. And anyone who wants to is welcome to come visit one of our centers. I'd love to have anyone come in for a tour and just show them around and let them see what we do.
And you're always open to donations of?
Absolutely. We do have a fundraiser coming up next month. October 10th is our Walk for Life, and we hold that at the TG Trail in Perryville. And so people can sign up to be a walker or a runner. It's also a 5K run if someone prefers to run. Most of our folks walk, but we do have a few runners. And if you can't make it that day, you can sponsor someone who's walking or running. And so that's a really good way to contribute. We also welcome donations of all kinds of baby items, diapers, wipes. We take baby clothes up to size 3T. Just any kind of donations.
And you can especially use diapers, right?
Diapers are our #1 item that we give out.
I think that's #1 item in all those places.
Yeah, I think
It
you're
is.
right. You know,
And
diapers
they're
can be
so
expensive.
expensive for the young girls to buy, or the
They
young
can be
women to
expensive,
buy.
and you can't use food stamps for them.
Right.
So, you know, a great deal of our clients receive food stamps, and so often they're okay on food, or they get WIC also for like formula for the baby, but diapers and wipes, those kind of things that you can't buy with your food stamps, those are the most common requests we get.
Yeah, and if you watch like Dollar General, they have theirs on sale quite often.
Yeah, you can often catch a sale, and we often have folks who, you know, do that. You know, they'll pick up a package of diapers every so often. I saw them on sale, and I knew someone could use them, so we greatly appreciate that.
And so, what else about your center? Like, do you have any more?
Well, we, during the coronavirus, we have stayed open this whole time. And, you know, we've done some common sense sort of things. Of course, we limit how many people are in the building, how many people can be in a class at a time so that we can distance a bit. But we've stayed there.
Great, yeah. Now, does Perryville have the classes also, or are
They
they all
do.
over are they?
Absolutely.
Okay. You out of information?
Oh, gosh, I'm trying to think. Something we could definitely use donations of are size 5 diapers. I'm out of size 5 diapers right now. So if anyone
Well,
feels so
hopefully
led,
you'll get 5 or 10 packs.
that would be
Yeah.
wonderful, because we have moms coming in every day looking for diapers, so that would be fantastic.
Is that your most popular, the 5, number 5?
Those upper sizes, like 4, 5, and 6, are our most popular request, and what we tend to get the least amount of donations of, because I think when people think of a pregnancy center, they think of a
Think of
newborn.
babies, yeah.
So we get a lot of newborn and size 1s. So yeah, those larger sizes, like 4, 5, and 6,
Okay,
are the ones that we get the most requests for.
I'll remember that.
Yeah, well,
next
thank
time.
you.
I'm gonna put it down so I remember.
Yeah.
My memory's lousy.
Oh, mine too. I have to write everything down.
Well, when you're busy,
Mm-hmm.
you have to. I always make a list. This is what I'm doing today.
Oh, I have to do that as well. Otherwise, I won't get anything done.
I'm not busy, I'm just old.
Feels good when you can check it off.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you write stuff down just so you can check it off.
That's
So you
right.
feel like, I got
So
stuff.
I got something done.
I already did it, but I'm gonna write it down.
Now,
There you go.
that is a sneaky idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about self-esteem. It makes you feel better. Look at everything I
Yeah.
did.
That's what I did today.
Yeah, right.
Fibber.
Like unload the dishwasher, fold the clothes. Only important stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes the clothes get lost in the dryer for 3 or 4 days.
That has happened at my house as well.
Yeah. And that don't hurt because they're dry.
Yeah.
Now, how does, if anyone needs help or anything, how do they contact you?
They could certainly call us. The number here in St. Genevieve is 573-883-1088. Or in Perryville, it's 573-547-3800. Or they can just stop in. We are open Monday through Thursday, 10 till 4.
And of course, there's always confidentiality.
Absolutely. There is confidentiality for all of our clients for any service they come in for, even if they are a minor. They can come in and receive confidential services without their parents' knowledge.
Got all that, Mary Ann?
Yeah, I just put my hometown down instead of St. Genevieve. Isn't that awful? mine isn't it really? Ooh, it gets warped sometimes. That's what stroke does for you.
Oh.
It warps it.
Oh, Mary.
Okay, I'm fine now. I got it down right.
Okay, you got all that now, huh?
Yep, I got that
Okay.
down.
Now you can send people there.
And you're on Kiefer Street here in town.
We're at 615 Kiefer Street, right next door to the Eagles Lodge.
Oh, and
Yeah.
I was wondering where Kiefer Street was.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Most people know the Eagles Lodge, so I usually say that. Yeah. Yeah, so feel free if you have anyone who's in need of any of those services to refer them down to us.
Yeah.
I have a grandson I'd like to send to you for essay reviews. Oh, my gosh.
We'll
Every
send them
little
on
thing.
down. We'll do our best.
Oh, he's telling, stop. He just looks at me. Big help.
Okay. So if anyone needs help or anything with any of the classes, anything for a baby, if you're pregnant and you're scared,
Yes.
they're very nice people to work there. Very nice.
Well, thank you. I like to think so. We have some wonderful volunteers, and that's something we could actually use more of. With the coronavirus, some of our volunteers are cocooning at home, if they have an underlying health condition or something like
Right.
that. So we could use volunteers. So if anyone would like to be part of the pro-life movement and they're not really sure what to do, volunteering at the center could be a great way to do it. And there's a wide variety of tasks. Some people like to do the office work. Some people like to do the cleaning. Some people like to sort the clothes that come in for donation. So there's a wide variety of things to do, and we can always use volunteers.
Okay.
It's great.
So there went the call out, people.
That's right, we need folks.
If you need the phone number, just call us. I got it.
Oh, thank you, Mary Ann.
She's on it.
Yeah.
I got it.
And it's listed under options for women. Is that
Yes.
correct?
It is.
And you have a Facebook page, do you?
We do. We have, for both our audiences, we have one for the Center for Life, St. Genevieve and Perryville. That's mostly for our donors and supporters. So that's where you'd find information about our events, like our upcoming walk. If someone wanted to register for the walk, they could go to our website, which is www.centerforlifemo, M-O for Missouri, .org. And under the events tab, they could register for the walk. And we have a Facebook page for that audience. And then we also have a separate website and Facebook page for our clients, which is called Options for Women Missouri.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Because our two separate groups are two separate audiences, and they want to know about different things.
Right.
Our clients want to know about services we provide. Our supporters usually want to know about how can I support the organization and the cause for life.
That's great.
And if they just put in a search for options for women, they'll probably find all three of those places, most likely.
Probably there are a number of centers known as Options for Women. That's a
Oh,
very
is there
common name
really?
for pregnancy centers. There's one
Oh,
actually
okay.
in Cape Girardeau with the same name. That's not affiliated with us. But if they put Options for Women Missouri, that is us.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, well, I hope you get a lot of calls.
Thank you. I hope so too.
You're welcome. Yeah. So if you think you've covered everything, and if you think of something, just hang on to it, and after we hear from Randy.
I might just jump right in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Feel free to chime in.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
I was going to add something to yours. I had attended there, my wife and I went to your fundraiser, and what a great event it was. It's a great, noble cause that we believe in. And I encourage everybody to try to attend that, to find out when the next, that's once a year, right?
It's once a year. It'll actually be April 22nd next
Okay.
year.
All right.
Hopefully we'll get to have it on schedule next year. We had to
Yeah.
delay it this year.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But you had a great speaker, the food was great, it was really just, it was a really nice evening. So,
It really is a good evening, and it's a real time of encouragement to see so many people in our community come together for a cause we all believe in.
yep,
Right.
yep.
And the Fair Board's not going to be here tonight. Keith had a doctor appointment, so he's gonna be on one of the other shows, him and Martha, so they'll be calling us. So now we have Randy, so
Okay,
you
all right.
can talk about whatever you wanna talk about.
Okay, well, my name is Randy Ruzicka. I am a candidate for County Commissioner in District 2. I've made it through the primary. The election will be in November with the presidential election when we
Right.
decide the rest of the things. So I just, wanted to introduce myself to people who may not know me. And, it's a different name. It's not a St. Genevieve name. And I know a lot of folks
That's correct.
here, I've been here a long time, but it's a name where a lot of people go, who is that guy?
Right,
So I just wanted to take this time to introduce myself. So, been a resident of St. Genevieve for quite a while. I'm married. My wife is, who a lot of people will know her,
right.
is Linda Broomfield, formerly Linda Broomfield, now Linda Ruzicka. And we live right over here in Valley Springs subdivision. I am a business owner, although I'm retired now, but I ran a antique automobile restoration service down on Highway 61 called Thunder Road Garage. A lot of people will know that, the big shop,
Right.
What could he possibly have in there? All that space. But
You
yeah.
got it filled.
I got it filled, and then some, So, anyway, like I said, I am running for County Commissioner District 2. A little bit about my experience. I was a city alderman for 2 terms. I was elected twice for 4 years. Sat right here, right over there. Spent quite a few hours in this room. So I have experience in municipal government. And my time in city government brought me in contact with the county. And what a lot of people don't realize is even though it's 2 separate things, it really does, it works together, because the city is part of the county.
Right.
And in order for it to function well, they need the two, need to work together really well. So from my municipal experience, I found what they do at the courthouse very, very interesting. So after I served my 2 terms here, the more I looked at it, I thought, the county government is something that interests me, and it's something that I would like to be a part of, if possible. So I started attending the meetings. Actually, even when I was on this board, I would check in with those guys occasionally, but in the last year, I've made it a point to go to as many of them as I can. I haven't missed but a handful of them. And it really is fascinating how it all works. Those guys do a lot.
They do.
They do a lot more than people even realize. Everybody thinks, bridges and roads, which is a substantial part of it, but it's a very well-run operation, and I actually can't say enough good about how they do it. It's really very efficient, and Gary Nelson, I think, has done a great job, and he's really good at getting things done in an efficient manner and using the grant process. And that's huge.
That's
I mean, that is
important.
huge,
Very
and it's laborious. I mean, it's not just, you've probably even been involved, it's not just filling out a piece of paper and sending it in. I mean, you're dealing with government stuff, so it's long and arduous, but they get it done, and they make the most of it, So I feel like it's something I want to do, and I bring my business experience to the table. And what you have in there too is at least 2 of the guys are former business owners. And I've always been of the opinion that government, while it's not for the purpose of making money, it should be run in a business-like manner.
Right, where they don't.
Always
go
look for
down
the
in
most
hole.
efficient,
Right,
both from a time perspective and from a money perspective. It should always be run efficiently.
right.
And I know that from running my own business, 40 years in business. Everybody should do that in their life. Everybody should run their own business for a while. It would completely change the perception of what's involved in it,
Right.
You gotta have your ducks in a row or you're not gonna make it, you know? So, anyway, like I say, I love St. Genevieve and I enjoyed my time here. I thought it was time well spent and I want to continue on that journey. So, you know, it's part of giving back, you know,
Right.
I'm a blessed man. I'm retired now, so, you know, and that's another thing too, is sometimes people tend to look at that because they have meetings twice a week that, oh, it's just a part-time job, you know. Well, they're only in there Monday and Thursday and the rest of the time they're whatever. Ain't so. You know, they may only have meetings twice, public meetings, open to the
Right.
public. But those guys are in there, I mean, especially Gary, they're in there every day. If they're not in the office, they're out somewhere looking at a road or they're involved in something,
Right.
you know.
I like how they're putting more of that in the paper now.
Me too. You know, people need to
They're
know,
saying what's
They
being
need to
done
know
with the
that.
county.
they need to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
really do.
And, you know, the other thing that I have to compliment them for is they've always been very welcoming and open. You know, I mean, anybody can walk in there, anybody, just like a city board meeting, any citizen can go in there and sit in there and listen to what they're
Listen.
doing. There's no secrets, it's all out in the open, you know? And they'll ask you, do you have any questions, whatever, you know, what can we do for, you know? So I have high praise for them, I think they do a good job,
I think they do too.
yeah.
Yeah, they got a lot of figuring to do with all the roads and,
Oh, my gosh.
well, just like the city. I mean,
Just
with
like the
all
city.
streets, my goodness, all the streets in town are getting really bad.
And, you know, budgetary.
And budgeting.
Budgeting is, and they really run a tight ship on that. you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
I
they,
know that from Sue working.
oh, sure,
Yeah.
oh, sure, yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, absolutely, you know, and that's the way it should be, because if you're in public office, being a good steward of of the tax dollars, to me,
right.
that's the top of the list,
Exactly,
you
yeah.
know?
And everybody's friendly with it. I mean, you can ask questions and everybody's willing to help you with anything.
Exactly, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, matter of fact, you know, between losing our license office here, you know,
That's sad.
which is terrible.
Have they ever got anybody?
I don't
I
know,
thought they
there's
had
nothing
5
confirmed,
people. Oh,
but
okay.
there were several people, or not people, individuals, but several organizations had filed to try to get
Yeah, was
the
there
license.
5 of them? It said in the
Something like
paper,
that.
Something like that.
And the state was really dragging their feet as far as making a decision. I don't know why it's
That's
that.
been since March.
Yeah, it's been 6 months. And meanwhile, I'm sure I know all of us have been through, you know, trying to
Yeah,
get
I
your
had to
plates
go to
renewed.
Perryville. Yeah.
You know, you can do some of it online, like Linda did a couple of hours.
Your plates,
But
yeah.
sometimes you have to go there in person, and it's a hassle.
Yeah.
Between that and COVID and everything else. Well,
Oh,
I was in there a couple of weeks ago, and there was some man in there, lives in the north end of the county. He's a Vietnam veteran, an amputee, retired from military, and he had been getting the runaround for
That
like,
was in the paper, wasn't it?
yeah, for
Yes.
like months,
Right.
trying to get his plates. And he would go to the license bureau, but he couldn't stand real long. And then they kept finding stuff wrong with his paperwork, and it just kept going around and circle, around. He finally went in there. Well, commissioners got on the phone. They called the state. They had somebody on the phone with the state. And then he had a minor paperwork thing. Everybody down there in that office, it was 4 or 5 people involved. Everybody got all of his paperwork, they got everything done, and then while they had him on the phone, the person on the other end said, we're gonna handle all of it, and we're gonna send his tags today. And in the end, he had his tags in like 3 days. And
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
really, none of that was their
No, not
job
their
per se.
duty, right.
But you know, it's the least you could do for a veteran. You
Right.
know, the guy served our country, I mean, you know. So, anyway, you know, I just wanted to introduce myself and let everybody know why I'm running and,
And take your hat off so they can see your whole face.
well, but see, it's gonna cause a glare
That's okay.
All right.
That's
I
hope-
see
I hope-
that church.
Get
Yeah,
in
you
there,
usually see it from
Charlie.
the back, don't
I
you?
can see you from the back.
Zoom in on him, Charlie.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Don't feel bad about that.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Smile
Yeah.
big. Here you go.
Here we are,
Yeah,
yeah.
looky this way. I think he's getting you. This way.
Okay, oh, wait, were you on this one up here? Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the one
All
he's
right.
on. Okay, now everybody can see your face.
Now everybody can see my
You
smiling.
can put your hat back on.
Okay, we'll do that. Well, the other reason I wore this is how I look 90% of the time.
Right.
I always have a
Right.
hat on, so I
Right.
figured this is.
Because I didn't, when you walked in, I didn't recognize you with the hat
Who
on.
was that?
Oh.
Yeah, I looked at you and thought, well,
Who
I
that
know
guy
him.
coming? Yeah, who that guy
Right,
coming?
right, so I don't wear it to church, so see there, you're used to seeing my bald head from
I'm
the
used
back.
to seeing you the other way without a hat.
Oh. So, that's pretty much about me. Like I said, business owner. In addition to restoring the antique cars, I've owned rental property. I was a co-owner and managed a parking lot in St. Louis for a while. So I've had a lot of experience in dealing with a lot of different things, which is, what I
That's good.
bring to the table,
Right.
So,
That's
that's pretty much it. Do you all have any questions? No?
No, I don't. Do you have any questions?
No?
District 2, which is that? Is that this,
South. Okay, so essentially, if you start in the city and you go from the park, Riverview, and come down 4th Street, from there, everything east, over to the river, and all the way down. And then if you follow 4th Street as it becomes Center Drive and turns into 32, everything south of there, all the way down,
Oh,
all the way down to Perryville, and then it gets crazy. You get, it pretty much follows 32 out of town, but then when you get out, just the other side of 55, it's not even a road, it would be a plat line. It makes a right turn and the boundary goes north, and it goes up to basically O Road. And
Oh my
it sort of
gosh.
follows O Road for a while, and then it kind of goes out, and then it comes back to 32.
And that's District 2?
Everything
All of
south
that?
of that's 32, and then as you go out 32, it jumps back and forth. Sometimes I have
gosh.
both sides of the road, sometimes I have one side of the road. Pretty much till you get almost to Farmington, and then it makes a left, and it goes down to that way. So
You got a map
it's,
to
if
tell
I,
you
if
where
I,
to go.
I do, and I probably should have brought it in. I have it in the truck, and I mean, it's literally, it's like
How come it's so
And
chopped
I've
up
never
like that?
seen that before.
Well, the reason they did it, and it's the reason, even in the city, some of the ward boundaries are a little different, is they want the population to be balanced
Oh.
between the two
Right,
districts.
right.
So, especially when you get into rural areas, some of those farms
Farms
are
are
so
big,
big.
yeah.
I mean, it might be acres and acres of ground, and 2 people live there.
Right.
So I guess that's how whenever they
Okay.
changed them, and I'm pretty sure that goes with the census. I think every time they do a census, then they sort of reevaluate
Oh, and
how
see
many
who's
people are in a
living
given
where.
district, and
Yeah.
then they maybe adjust it accordingly. I know that's
Okay.
what they did in the city many years ago.
Well, Neil, from Market Street on, is that District 2?
Yeah,
Is this just this
yeah.
way?
So basically,
This.
yeah, coming
is
down
in
4th
dis-
Street right here, so
This is in District 2, this building.
courthouse is actually in District 1.
Oh, but this here,
City Hall.
City Hall is
yeah,
in District 2.
is District 1, yeah. I'm sorry, the courthouse is actually its own entity, but 4th Street, as you're going down, everything on the east side of it is District 2. And then as it curves on Center Drive and goes out, then everything south of that.
Oh,
All the way down, all the
Oh,
way down
it's
to,
just-
oh, I know, I mean, St. Mary's and Mineth and Zora, everything down in there, pretty much everything you got, all the way down to Perry County,
oh,
you know.
okay.
And then, like I said, then as you're going west, it jumps around. Sometimes it's one side of the road, sometimes it's the other side of the road. But pretty much 32 is sort of
Okay, I live on Mark
So
Street,
you
am
go-
I District 2?
You're District 1.
Bobby, come.
Because you're west of 4th Street at that point.
Oh, okay.
So that's District 1, which is part of the northern,
And that goes all the way
That
up.
goes-
out
that
to
would be where you
Bloomsdale.
are. That
On
goes all the
one.
way up.
Yeah,
yeah,
all the way up to Bloomsdale, or Jefferson County, huh? All the way up to Jefferson County.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's a big area. It's a lot. And,
Yeah, they need to print maps so people can see all that.
it really is fascinating.
It is.
And I've been on a lot of roads in the last few months. You know, I'm on Facebook and this and that, and I haven't really done any door knocking because of the COVID thing. You don't want to
Right.
scare anybody, you know. So, but a lot of people will message me, can I have a sign or whatever, you know. And been on a lot of roads, and I always knew it was beautiful, but I've seen some really beautiful places in the last couple of months, some of them that I hadn't been to before. Some of the really, really rural areas are just absolutely beautiful.
Oh, there's some places out there, it's just
I
gorgeous
know.
with trees and valleys and.
I
In
know.
the fall, it's probably
Oh.
really, really,
Yeah. Missouri never gets enough credit for how pretty it is.
that's right.
Yes.
Everybody talks about, you name it, California or whatever. I think Missouri is one of the most beautiful
Yeah,
states.
going out B Road to
Yeah.
the wineries, oh my gosh, when you top those hills and
I
look
know.
out.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
yeah. I mean,
Especially
you
in
could
the
be in
fall.
Napa Valley in California
Right.
for the way it looks. Absolutely.
It's a beautiful state, but they don't publicize it, it's a beautiful state.
Well, now the Rural Missouri magazine has got some
Yeah,
really,
Yeah.
it
really
has,
nice
oh, it
things
has
in
a lot
it.
of stuff in it, I
Yes.
get that,
Right.
Yeah.
I love that,
Mhm.
I love that.
Yep. So,
Well, we're glad you're here.
well, I'm
Yeah.
glad to be here, and I want to
Yeah.
thank you for allowing me some
Well,
time
that's
to
quite all
introduce
right.
myself.
Anytime you want to come back and talk, we're always
All right.
open to talkers.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Sometimes we cut like, okay, who are we gonna have on tonight? Or
Yeah.
next week, and
Mhm.
yeah. Last week, was it last week or the week before? Was that last week? Anyway, our guest didn't show up
Oh,
until
Oh, yeah.
we were off the air.
Last week.
whoops, did they have the
Yeah.
wrong time, or they
Yes.
just, oh.
Anyway, Mary Ann and I tried to bluff our way through. I never did go online and see if
I
Charlie
haven't had the guts
posted
to.
it. I said, Charlie, if that sounds too dumb, don't even put it on.
Throw it in the trash can.
We kind of went through all the businesses in town
Okay.
and tried to remember all of them. I'm sure we forgot some of them.
We were
And
desperate.
what they did was getting like, what else is there? You know?
We were
So-
desperate.
But anyway, they got a lot of information on what was around town.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You need to
So-
set you up with a turntable, and you could spin records. It could be like a.
Well, we have to have Charlie do that downstairs.
Well, when Mary Ann was here, we had a lot of,
Yeah, Mary Ann was
Oh,
an
music.
entertainer,
Oh,
so
she
it was
was.
cool. I loved all her little hoppy things.
she'd bring all those
She'd
things.
bring all the, the things that moved for Christmas, Easter,
Sure.
Thanksgiving, and then it'd play music and be dancing
how
all over the
fun.
table. She was so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
She
should
was
have.
character.
She was.
was.
She was quite a character.
Loved her to death.
Yeah, there's never be another Mary Ann. Yeah.
Nope, there won't
So.
be.
Anyway, I guess next week we'll have Mickey Ketting and Martha Riesinger. Martha and then will be, and probably Keith will be with her, be talking about the fair.
Mm-hmm,
And Mickey, I think, is going to go over the activities,
mm-hmm.
like with the Park Service and in town. And maybe one of those guys will come with her too, somebody from the Park Service. We'll have to see. So anytime you guys want to come back,
Okay,
we're on the second and fourth Wednesday of every month.
Okay.
So,
all right.
except in December, we
Yeah,
only
you
do
got
one
something you
show.
want to say?
Yeah,
Come in and
anytime
say
you want to
it,
come
announce
back
it.
in,
Good.
just
Right before the election, huh?
give
There
us
you
a
go.
call.
Yeah, right
There you
before
go.
election, come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, do come back. And you got anything going on? Any more events?
Yeah, when it gets closer to your,
To our banquet, yes. I'll
Banquet,
get
come
in touch
back,
with you and
yeah.
come back and we can talk about that.
yeah, that would be nice, yeah. I think you did last year too, didn't you? Or
I
the
believe
year
I did,
before?
yes,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah. I think we pretty much had you almost every year. We've been doing this for what, going on 8 years now?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Long time, yeah.
Wonderful.
It was just what was we doing that Don all of a sudden he asked us if,
We were pretty young when we started this. We've got a few years on us now.
yeah, I was in my 70s.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
well, if you guys have anything else to say, feel free. If not, we'll just wave goodbye to everybody.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yes.
You are welcome.
Thanks,
Thank you for
thank
coming
you.
on. Yeah, we
And do
appreciate
come
it.
back.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Will
and
do.
do really come back.
All right.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Night.
Good night.